Welcome back to the United Constitutional Patriots Radio. Sorry about the shutdown on the show. We had somebody on the phone that was using vulgar language, so we had to shut off our live stream until we got him off the phone because he was using language that should not be used on the show. So now I will return it back to Johnny. So
okay, thank you. I want to apologize for the cussing, but I wanted witnesses of what was being said. Jim Payton said he had nothing to do with that. He has been a friend for a long time, but he did try to overthrow us, and he said he has had nothing to do with it since then. But anyway, he says it's Little Dog that's doing it, and he said some choice names about Little Dog, whose name is, what's his first name? Robert Brooks. So this is what's going on, folks, and Brooks. And this is what creates problems within the Patriot groups. All we're trying to do is get people here to help on the border. We're asking for donations for that purpose. I hope you folks don't look down on the situation, but I wanted to let the public know what the whole situation is. There's another group that also put stuff out on us, and I don't remember the name of it, but he goes by Mr. X. His name is Al Roberts, or Robert. We did vet the guy. The guy has a violent record a mile long. This is just stuff that's going on. And that's fighting I was talking about, where the people need to stop fighting within the groups. We're trying to do something for America, and this is what we're trying to fix. If we can't do this in unity, there's something really wrong. Now, on the border down there, it is still quiet. We have one man on the border. His name is David Miller. He's keeping an eye on us. We have videos of the border. People are saying it's fraud. Those videos were taken last week down on the border, showing that our border is wide open. We're asking for the donations because they are needed for the men, not for our own personal gain. At any time, anybody can go over all of our books. They can go through everything about us. So with that, I'm going to turn over to Greg.
All right. Hello, everyone out there. First I want to say, look, Johnny is in the Legends of Hall of Fame in country music, and he knows all the stars, and he's got all the stories. And, the more successful you become, the more people that are going to come against you. It's just natural. When you look at Q, he's got everybody in the world against him, and the only person that has more people against him is our president. So it's one of these things that happens. But getting back to the border, that's quite a situation. Everyone's really hot on this topic right now. It's the biggest thing on the internet. Of course, we got Julian Assange tomorrow, which is really exciting because this, I think, could set the wheels in motion. I would see probably that Julian will testify and then probably have the declassification. Whoops, did I lose you? Anyway, I thought I lost. I was trying to say, exciting news tomorrow with Julian Assange testifying, and that's another big thing on the internet right now, and that probably will get the declassification after that, I would imagine. So anyway, these people that come against you, you've got to almost expect them. It's going to continue to happen, and the more successful we become, the more people will try and shoot you down. But like I tell people, look, copyright doesn't lie. Look me up, music, look books, whatever. I got my autobiography is public, so I am who I am. Johnny is who he is, and so I just think that these people that small people are always going to try and make themselves big by attacking you. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Anyway, I'll let you guys get on with the show here.
John?
Go to the war room.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So yes, Yeah, lots of exciting things coming out there. Of course, the big thing that we have coming is the December 5th. John Huber, who has not had any leaks from his grand juries and investigations. I think it's 470 prosecutors. Some people have said 79. I don't know how many of those were assigned to him, but the Clinton Foundation investigation that he's going to report on, much of this work has been done for years. We saw it in Clinton Cash. We saw it in numerous investigations. So we know that a lot of the real groundwork was done by regular FBI people who did a really good job investigating that. So it'll be very exciting to see what John Huber has to say on December 5th, and how many of these 63,000, I believe it's 328 sealed indictments are his for these people. To get a sealed indictment, you have to present a case to the court that if you were to unseal it, it would interrupt other parts of investigations, or possibly cause someone to flee. So you are going to be charged with a crime if you have a sealed indictment. So it'll be real exciting to see what happens here December 5th. And I guess we're kind of on hold till then, but Julian Assange is definitely going to make things exciting tomorrow. So anyway, looks like everyone's back. I was just filling in the space here. What do you got? That's all I have for the moment there, Johnny.
Okay, thank you. Again, folks, Jim Payton, I know, has never lied to me, but and he told me how much money that he actually got. Jim is they were involved in trying to do the overthrow on the Patriot group, but you know what? That's behind us. But whoever's putting the word out, we have proof of everything. People are saying on this not to donate. Well, that's up to you, folks. We're trying to help America. We are trying to help the men. It's not about me. It's not about the stuff that's said. People can say anything about anybody. And that's a problem we've had within the inner circle of the Patriot and the militia movements. They keep trying to destroy themselves. We are 100% legit. Like I said, we have people in here. We have direct contacts through the Oval Office and other things. And we are not in any way phonies. I'm not a happy camper right now, but I'm going to just let it go. We have more important things to worry about, and that's our country. It's our border. And I'm asking you guys, please, to donate, help us, because the funds, anybody wants to see where they're at, we have total record of every dime that is spent and where it's spent. And none of it has been fraudulently used. We are doing our best to protect our state of New Mexico. They're saying that there's military on the border. There is none on the border. Go to the United Constitutional Patriots page on Facebook. All you got to do is Google it in. The videos are there. The proof is there. All I'm trying to do right now is help my state where I live, help the American people, try to stop this damn caravan from coming through, and it takes everybody working together. Nuclear warrior, you got anything to say?
I think it's all been said, Johnny. Everything that's been said is spot on, and I keep an eye to see who is trying to do what to try to degrade our efforts, and it seems like they all have a little something to hide themselves. For instance, how many of them are registered with an EIN with the IRS? How many of them are registered in their home state as a 501c organization? I think these things should probably be looked in by Mr. Taylor, who seems to think that we're a fraud on the tail end of some of his video broadcasts. So with that, I am going to pass that on to a little rebel.
Thank you. I just wanted to say that I believe they are covering up their own dirt. I'm also the intel, like I help Chuck. I run backgrounds, I do all that, and we do it if necessary to make sure everybody is safe that is coming down, because you want to know who you're working with, who you're going to be, working beside, as a team. We got to make sure everything, everybody is, is good to go. I can tell you that these people telling this stuff, they have something to cover up. Believe me, and I'm not going to put it out there because I'm not going to do that. However, I'm going to tell you right now, this is going on this is going on everywhere. I am finding out the ones that are pointing the fingers, the ones that are accusing have a record. It's a mile long, and it's not good. So, in saying that, because of the slander, we do have an attorney. These people will be even looked in more, and probably going to be a cease and desist order. And these records, I wouldn't be backing this group up at all if I didn't see what I see. They just give if they know if you need it. I'm just unbelievable shocked how they gave their last dollar to a man who turned around and did this and started bashing them. I'm just appalled. And we need to stick together. This is America. We were trying to get our country back. This group, we're trying to do good. We just asked for donations to help the ones volunteering, because we had people on boots on the ground to the down there at the border, and we shown people there is nobody down there, and we're doing this for America. And these people that are doing this are selfish. I just can't believe that they're only looking out for themselves, and because they want to put themselves up, or the jealousy, and they're not even putting America first. Where is the America first? And I'm just very, very appalled and upset. And these are the people that is causing part of the problem in this country. And I'm ashamed. But I can assure you, if it was like that in this group, I wouldn't be here right now. So I can back them up with 100%. And these are God-fearing people in this room. And that just goes to show we're told at the end times how we're going to be hated and we should be celebrated. So I just would like everybody to please don't jump the gun. Do your own research on us. Their books are open. Okay? Thank you very much, and God bless.
Thank you. Anybody else want to say anything?
I think Chuck needs to finish.
Go ahead, Chuck.
Okay. Folks, I just want to say this right now. I'm about half sick at my stomach and about half sick at heart right now, because I'm looking at our live stream on YouTube, and it looks to me like a lot of you are disbelieving what we're telling you, even though you just had the opportunity to hear one of the people that tried to overthrow our commander on the air threatening every one of us. But you're sitting there disbelieving what we're trying to tell you. Well, let me just say this. Okay? Robert Crooks, the guy that's doing all this, is directly connected to one Monica Marin, who we were mentioning a while ago. She's the one that brought him on our show and got him connected with us. We have done everything we possibly could to help him. As a matter of fact, just a short time ago, we sent him $80 to at least help him buy a battery for his truck. And somehow or another, we accidentally doubled, somehow or another, it double did, and sent him $160. It sent him an extra $80 that we didn't have, and it put him in the red. And he got his battery, and in fact informed us that he'd got his battery and thanked us. And these people have been attacking us ever since they tried to overthrow our commander and failed. They've put out videos on Facebook, okay, attacking John, attacking Pete, attacking me, okay, saying that I'm supporting liars and I'm supposed to be a minister of the gospel. Well, I've got news for you. I want to say this, and it's as simple as this. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to, none of that. But I want you to understand something. I want you to know something. I sit here, right here in this in what we call the war room. It's another room. We're in the radio room right now, but there's another room we get in on here to do our OPSEC work, what we call our operational security work. And I've sat there in that room and I have listened to this commander on the phone.
Do not talk about who I talked to, Chuck. Chuck,
Okay.
do not give names.
I said I wasn't going to name names.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So when he tells you we're directly connected to DC, we're connected. I sat here, listened to the phone calls. Okay. Said hi to who we were talking to. Received the intel. Okay. So I know we're not lying to you. We're telling you the absolute truth about what's going on that border. The people that are lying to you are Robert Crooks and his team because they want the money. They want it all sent to them, not to the people that are actually trying to. And, you know, it's up to you who you want to believe. We're sorry that we have to do this, but we've been consistently forced to have to try to defend ourselves because these people will not stop. And it's my personal opinion, and this is the last statement I'm going to make right now. I'm going to turn it back over to the commander. But it's my personal opinion that we need that it's time to take some legal action against these people and put a stop to them.
Well, folks, it has gone too far. But I'm telling you, folks, that we are being attacked, just like Chuck said. This has been going on. They tried it 3 years ago. It didn't work then. It won't happen now. We are going to be on that border with or without funding. We are going to protect this country. We're asking you all to at least give us benefit of the doubt because we are doing what we want. Anybody can go over our books at any time, anywhere, any place. All you got to do is request it, and we will show you our books. We have put blood, sweat, and tears into what we're trying to do. They've attacked Pete, which is a very good man. If he wasn't, he would not be an advisor to Trump. I don't know what we have done to make these people want to do that other than the fact that they see us actually doing something. We are going back down to the border, and I'm going this time. We are all going to the border, and we need the help. We need the help. Okay? Do you want to take care of the, take over from there, little rebel, or one of you guys?
Yeah, I'll fill in a little bit of the airspace. Seems to me like we're the only group that actually has America first in mind. We're not taking any compensation for our efforts. Everything that is donated is being put to use for the folks that are manning the border, that are going to man the border. And I think that's the least we can do to support them and us not think that we are worthy of a salary for this, because when it comes down to it, salary or no salary, if we're unsuccessful in our mission, it's not going to matter salary or no salary, because we're probably all going to be answering to other people that we would rather not be answering to. Anyhow, some of these other groups that feel like they need to be collecting some kind of a salary for efforts that they are supposedly doing really don't have America's best interest in mind. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Gregory. I see he has a little something to add.
Yeah, the key point here is that we see a lot on the news about what's going on in California, but New Mexico, the governor there is not calling out the National Guard and not allowing the military, and they've left these key routes open where there's been child trafficking and drug trafficking for a long time. And so we need to cover these routes that it's wide open. They have a stretch there, I guess it's 150 miles or something like that. It's kind of in the wide open. Of course, a caravan moves in. I'm sure that the military will move with it, but it's these stray soldiers that can do a lot of damage. One school. So it's important that people support the United Constitutional Patriots, and they've got a nice group heading down there to be watchers. They can work with the Border Patrol when they do locate these people coming across, and that's the key is basically to provide support. So, oh look, looks like Mike showed up. So I'm sure Mike, he's always got reports on the border. He stays pretty on top of it. How you doing there, Mike? You want to say something tonight?
How y'all doing tonight? I was just trying to get in here.
Well, you're here. Welcome to the party. Tell us what's going on. What do you know about the?
Well, what we have seen down there is trying to bum rush the border. And I don't know if I've seen a few videos out on the other side where you can see the Mexicans most. I don't know if you've seen those videos, but they are kind of freaking out. Someone told them that it was okay for them to come. I mean, this is repeating what they're saying. They've been told that it was okay, and they're freaking out.
Yeah, that's crazy that they were deceived. This told them that America was welcoming them with open arms, and there was jobs here and everything. They were deceived and given cards, ATM cards, and promised a ride and food and all this and that. And then they get them there and dump them there. But it sounds like there's more waves that are coming, more and more endless waves of these refugees. So it's gonna turn into quite a crisis down there.
Hey, can I add something here, fellas?
Go ahead.
Can you hear me okay? Yeah. I was just looking at this RKTNN Truth News Network video from earlier. And one of the things he mentions here is that the migrant caravan claims to have human rights given to them by the United Nations and will attempt to cross the U.S. border on November 25th, which they did try to do. So somebody from relatively high places is trying to fill these people full of crap and getting them to move on the border.
Yeah, definitely. We know that the UN has been involved, and you've got cartel in there, MS-13 in there. You've got all sorts of bad actors, and it sounds like they're watching them pretty closely. But we'll just have to watch the situation. I know President Trump will need to do what he has to do, but they're setting it up to basically declare martial law where he can go in and guard that border. Because that's part of what invasion is a key reason to have to do that. So that just might happen.
Trump said he's going to shut the border completely down if they keep trying to cross the border. And I think we better keep our eyes on there because there's more.
I'd like Nuclear Warrior to maybe update you on the radio equipment that's being sent out to the group.
Yeah, I could do that. 10 days, 11 days, 12 days ago or so, I ordered up some radios to send down to the border for the crews, and for some reason or another, the U.S. Postal Service decided that it was not deliverable as addressed, so they sent them back to me. So now I'm going to have to resend them and avoid using the USPS. I'm going to have to FedEx them so they can get them down there pretty quick like. Fear not, fellas, the radio equipment is on its way.
That's great. That is great. Is Johnny on tonight?
Hang on just a minute. Okay, Jim. I know. Jim called me back. Okay, the one that is doing this is
on speaker.
the one that is doing this is not Jim Payton or Monica Moran or Tom Davis. They got caught up in this because of people of names that we were told. The one that is doing this is the one they call Little Dog, Mr. Crooks, that was out on the border. And I was just informed that Mr. Crooks was reported because he is a felon with a weapon. He has had nothing but trouble. He was turned into the San Diego Sheriff's Department. Now, this is the gentleman that is, I know for a fact he's marrying this because his name came up on the radio show. But they have no beef with us whatsoever. That is Jim, Monica, and that. They're doing their own thing. They've got their own group, his own security deal that he's pulling together. And what hurt, because the names came up, Jim and I have been friends for a long time. And I am not going to say that he is guilty of anything. The one that is guilty of doing this stuff is Little Dog, or better known as Mr. Brooks. So Robert Crooks. And I do want that clarified, folks. Jim's always been a good man. He's an ex-police officer. And up until all this crap come up, and I should have called him and talked to him first, but I didn't. Of course, we only had 5 minutes to go on the air when all this came down. But I want you to know that Jim, and Monica, and Tom have nothing to do with this. It's They didn't steal. They didn't steal funds. He was given $1,800, and he said he used it down there for buying meals and stuff for everybody. And plus, they stayed in the motel. So I'm going to leave it at that. $1,800 out of my pocket. And he said he had $1,800 out of his pocket himself. So I want it cleared up. But we are not frauds, never have been, never will be. So this is the facts. In fact, right now, Jim is listening what I'm saying. So this is where this whole thing stands. Jim, I apologize to you.
Apologize to Monica and Tom.
And I also apologize to Monica and Tom. So.
Okay, Tom, I gotta go.
Okay, buddy.
Bye-bye.
So anyway, he just told me everything that happened. And we need to move on. And let's work with, we know where that's coming from. This is coming from, this is literally coming from Little Dog out on the border. I don't know what the whole situation is. We tried to send a man out to him last night. He said he needed help. Man called me. He went on that border. He couldn't find him anywhere. And I was just informed that he was turned into the law enforcement in California, because he wasn't even supposed to have weapons or anything on the border. This is what Jim told me. So we know the where it's coming from there. Anybody want to pick up from there? So, but I apologize. We had to have this kind of a show tonight, folks. But I don't want anybody believing we are frauds in any way whatsoever. Now, Little Dog did accuse of ourselves. He did accuse us of being fraud right after we sent the money. And I don't know where that came from, but it's what's going on. Go ahead, little rebel.
What would you like me to to elaborate on? I mean, we are not, this is legit. I mean, like you said, you have a 501c. It's a shame we had to do this tonight and take time away. And people like, I got to tell you, people that are spreading these rumors, they're taken away from the people who need this equipment, the bodies that we need this to help protect America. I mean, hold on to your hats, because there's a lot more that we're going to have to be dealing with that I'm checking out right now, and it's not good. So I'm not sure, and we're not going to put false information, but I got to tell you, people like this, you got to wonder who they're really working with, and who they're working for. And it's you know what, this is the problem. Everybody is me, 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 and that's why this country will fall, because there is no we, the people. There's I, the people. Stop in the selfishness and the greediness and the hearts. Let's break it down. The hearts of the people. You need to check your heart. And we got it. What comes to me, this country, God comes first. Country, my family, and I want to protect and want something here for the future. But if we keep going like this and putting out this fake information and causing division is what they want, we're not going to save this country, guys. It's not going to happen. So I'm just, please do your homework, do your research. Don't follow the the first person is a naysay, because I'm going to tell you, usually what I'm finding, the ones pointing the fingers, there's 3 or 4 pointing back at you.
Thank you, Little Rebel. And, folks, like I've told people that have wanted to come to the border, they've told me that they've had a past 15, 20 years ago. And I told them, I said, you know what, as long as it wasn't rape, murder, killing, anything to do where it was a super big crime where somebody killed somebody, or, they're still Americans. According to the Constitution, once you have served your time, you're free. You've paid your debt to society. Lord knows I made my mistakes in life, and I don't know one person in this world that hasn't made a mistake at one time or another or done something. Nobody is perfect. If I can find a perfect person, I'm gonna either watch him walk across the water or look for the rocks that he's walking on. But the bottom line is this, folks: we need to pull together and work together as patriots. I don't know, what else I can say. This show is not what it was supposed to be tonight. I'm not a happy camper, and I imagine a lot of people out there even pretty upset because they know the fact that we have been attacked, and we're just trying to do something to help America. And I am not going to stop doing this until the day that I die or this country is safe. I've been doing it a long time, folks. And you can damn sure bet that if I was a bad person that people are saying that I am, I would not be working in fugitive recovery in any way whatsoever and working with law enforcement, and they would never back me. So now, if I can, I want to apologize, but what I'd like to do is, if you still want to donate, and I pray to God you do, go to the United Constitutional Patriot page. We have GoFundMe on that. If you want to donate supplies for the men, you can donate them by sending to John Horton, United Constitutional Patriots, Post Office Box 1334, Flora Vista, New Mexico, 87415. That's Post Office Box 1334, Flora Vista, New Mexico, 87415. Like I said, this was a bad deal tonight, and I apologize to the public, and I hope you understand the situation. Go ahead, Doc Robinson. Go ahead. Thank you, Pete. Doc Robbins, do you have something to say, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Country Rebel, can you tell us about the group, the large group that is coming down from Locked and Loaded?
Coming down from where?
Weren't they coming, was it from Pennsylvania or whatever? The large group that is going to be joining up with us to go down there, the Locked and Loaded group?
Oh, yeah. We have Locked and Loaded. They are coming down. They're actually coming from all the way from Wisconsin, all the way across the United States, from Pennsylvania, coming from Ohio, have people coming from Montana. We have people coming from Texas. They're literally coming in from all over the place. Now, for those of you that want to be a part of the group going to the border, you can call me at 505-334-2492, where I can instruct you exactly where to go, because there's a week orientation going on, plus training, and everybody has to be vetted. To work on the border with the Border Patrol, you have to be vetted. And we need people that can be runners, people that can be on the boots on the ground. One of the things we did find out, which was going to be a big change, is we did find out where there's a couple of major places in New Mexico. We know exactly where they're at, but major places in New Mexico where they have child trafficking coming through. It's been coming through for years. We've had people that are living on the border have told us about this. They're good people down there. And we're going to be down there for a 3-year span minimal, that's why we need help, because there's no border fence down there, border wall down there. They have about maybe a mile, 2 miles of border wall that is up, but the rest of it is three-strand fence. We do have videos and pictures of this. It was taken 2 weeks ago or a week ago, somewhere around there. They are on our Facebook page on the United Constitutional Patriots. Please, folks, if you can donate and help, we're asking you to help us. Another information I got from boots on the ground down in Mexico. They have a United Nations group of about 5,000. It's another of one of the caravans coming in that are armed and coming. And we were warned about that today. We have people in Mexico we are working with, and they're giving us the intel of what's going on. This intel is being passed to the government as well. Go ahead, Pete. Pete, did you have something to say? But we will be posting this information. We have pictures coming in out of Mexico that he's trying to get to us, so we can show the people and also get it to get it to the proper authorities in Washington. So this is what is going on now, folks. Without the donations, we're not going to be able to totally take care of our people, and we are asking you. Give us a benefit of the doubt. You're welcome to check into our group anytime. You can see our records where you can see where money will be going to. This is for the men. This is to help the men when they're down there, when they need something, to be able to get them. And that's why we're asking also for donations of clothes, warm clothes as well, because it's cold down there. It's wintertime. And night times get really cold. Daytime gets warm, maybe 60, 65 degrees. But it's warm enough where even the rattlesnakes are out, and that's asking for snake bite kits, stuff like that. When our people were down on the border before they came back up, they did run into a nest of them. It was 64 degrees, and they did run into the nest of them. So this is what the whole thing is about, man, ladies and gentlemen. We need help. We need the funding. And without the proper funding, we cannot help our troops down there. They're the only troops that are here. The Army, our governor flat refuses to send the National Guard down there. And we are the only line of defense. When they try to come through the only open border there is, when we come through where they're at, once something starts, then Trump can call martial law and send the regular military in. But because of the Constitution, he can't do that right now because the governor of New Mexico is going by the Constitution of New Mexico. So this is what's going on. Now, we are going to have people down there. Actually, we have one guy is going down there, and he will be taking videos, live streams, and everything we're doing will be posted daily on the internet, where people can see what we are doing and what's going on, so people aren't left in the dark. This is exactly what we're doing, and everything is, this whole thing is going to work for us. It has to. If we don't stop them at the border, we are going to be in deep trouble. And that's up to us to do the initial. Then it'll be up to the military. Then we will fall back and we will help the military. Our job on the border at this point is to be eyes and ears for the Border Patrol. And that is our main deal. But also to arrest the illegals as they come across, hold them for Border Patrol, contact Border Patrol, and they will come and pick them up. The biggest thing in this is where it might be able to stop this child trafficking coming through New Mexico, and has been going on for years. The ranchers and the farmers and the people on the border are scared to death. Not long ago, they killed one of the ranchers down there because he was out cleaning up where one of the people came through, one of the groups came through. He was cleaning their mess up, and they killed him. This is what we're up against. This is about America, folks. It's not about the rumors that people say about stuff. Anybody can say anything they want, and it's always easier to believe the worst about somebody than the truth. But the bottom line is without the America's help, we are going to be in a world of trouble, and not just us, but the whole United States, because if we don't stop them at the border here when they do come through, we have a huge problem on our hands because you'll be fighting them in your own yard. Anybody else want to say anything?
Yeah, Johnny, we need some off-road vehicles, and we need some drones. We need some night vision goggles, like General Horton was telling me earlier. Not no cheap stuff. We need some really good stuff. We really have to shut this border down, stop this human trafficking, this child trafficking thing. It's up to us. It's we the people. There ain't no magic wand coming around. Mr. Trump's doing all he can. General Horton brought this to my attention 3 years ago. He's been fighting this, he said, for 20 years or longer. So it's time we get off our Buster Browns and get this done. So I'm calling out to people out there, if y'all will please help us out, send cash donations, money cards. We really do need those off-road vehicles and those drones and the night vision, because they come out, like General Horton said, 3 o'clock in the morning. We need those night vision goggles. Like Johnny just said, that man was killed the other morning. We can stop this killing and stop that human trafficking. One child's worth it. We really need somebody out there to throw one of them big donations our way. And if you want to take a ride out there on the border and see what we do, that would be great. But that's what we need. We really need donations. And just how important it is to you to shut down that border. We have to do it. That governor there in New Mexico ain't going to do nothing. And you can talk to anybody you want to down on the border. And we can't leave them high and dry. Once we get there, it's 3 years before that wall comes up. They'll go in there and kill those people, like General Horton said. We need devoted people that'll give to this program for the next 3 years. And if you would, share this to people also so we can get the word out. And I'll let you have it back, Johnny.
Okay, you pretty much covered it. What I'm going to try to do is, we will give you updates of what we find out, because we are going to file legal charges against whoever it is that has done this. We are going to file legal charges against them. And because this is not only just defamation of character, folks. This is, I don't know what you'd call it. I will find out from our lawyers. Okay, Chuck, if no one else has anything to say, let's close the show. We'll be back on Wednesday, folks, at 6 o'clock. Chuck, you want to close our show with prayer, please?
Yes, sir, I will do that. Lord Jesus, we thank you for this opportunity that we've had to come here, do this show, and to continue to do this great work that we're here trying to do. We ask you, Lord, to help us now in this little time of trial that we've got right here. Because we are being greatly wronged, and we're trying to do a work for you and for this country. We ask you right now, Lord, we thank you, Lord, for our listeners at the United Constitutional Patriots Radio live stream and the live chat right now, who are offering us a great deal of support. And they have given me some more pertinent information, which I'll be passing along to this crew as soon as the show is over. We ask you right now, Lord, to continue with us throughout this night and in the coming days. Continue to guide us, guard us, and direct us. Draw us ever closer to one another, ever closer to thee, for we do ask it in Jesus' name. Amen and amen.
Thank you, Chuck. Now, folks, again, I want to apologize for what we had to go through on this show tonight. We appreciate your support, all you've given us. I hope it continues. I want to thank the troops that are on the border, the troops that are also overseas. I want to thank our veterans. I want to thank the Americans who stand up for us. And I want to thank all of you for being a part of us. I want to thank President Trump, our greatest president we've ever had. I want to thank him for his help in what we do, because he does help us. And also, too, folks, if you have children, please watch them. Watch over your mothers, sisters, brothers, cousins. God bless you. God bless America. And good night.
Thanks for joining us on the United Constitutional Patriots Show. We will be on the air on
Okay, I'm going to the game club like the day before, like at 12 o'clock and midnight. So they allow that somehow.
we will be going back live again. I'm sorry, I lost it for a second there. Today is, what's today, you guys?
Yeah. I forgot you have to unlock all the characters.
Frank, what day is it today?
All the characters will be unlocked. I'm like, wait a second.
Huh? Monday. Okay, I'm sorry. Today is Monday.
Oh.
Okay, we'll be back on the show on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Mountain and 6 p.m. Pacific.
Game?
Thank God all you Patriots for watching the show, and have a great night.